In this video, we will discuss about three mysterious characters with dance power that are very frightening. From all of the characters in One Piece story, there are some strong and mysterious characters. They are AKAGAMI SHANKS, Monkey the Dragon, and martial teacher as known as KUROHIGE. So let's start this discussion from the first person, AKAGAMI SHANKS. The name of SHANKS is certainly familiar to One Piece fans. Although it has long been shown, but SHANKS still holds so many mysteries that make him become one of the most mysterious characters in One Piece. Besides, SHANKS is also a person who has extraordinary powers. This is actually natural, because SHANKS is recognized as one of Yonko. In addition, in the past, SHANKS also became a fierce rival of Dragon Mihawk. So that way, it's clear that SHANKS' war skills are very great. SHANKS also mastered two types of haki, ranging from Hausoku, Busoshoku to Kenbunsoku. His Hausoku haki is very dangerous, since it has reached a high level so that it can damage inanimate objects. I also believe that Busoshoku and his Kenbunsoku in the same high level, because SHANKS is the only Yonko who doesn't consume the devil fruits. Despite being a pirate, SHANKS is somewhat friendly as long as his friend is not hard. As a proof, Higuma the mountain bandit once embraced SHANKS in Makino's bar, but SHANKS took it easy. Another story when SHANKS knew Luffy was hurt, he immediately became a truly terrible figure. SHANKS is also the type of people who strive to create peace. One day SHANKS had met with Shirohige just to ask him to withdraw Ace, because for SHANKS it was not the time for Ace and Kurohige to meet. It's so clear that SHANKS didn't want Ace to meet Kurohige, so that nothing bad happened to Ace, and that there will be no chaos due to Ace and Kurohige's battle. At Marineford, SHANKS came to stop the ongoing war. It's kind of weird why pirates want to do that thing, but that is SHANKS. Therefore, his movements are somewhat mysterious and very interesting to talk about. When SHANKS stopped the Marineford Pig War, Sengoku said something interesting. He said that the request came from SHANKS. Then Sengoku agreed to stop the war. So why would Sengoku, who was the fleet admiral, want to stop the war just because SHANKS asked? It could be Sengoku understood exactly how the strength of SHANKS and his crew. That way Sengoku agreed that the war would stop, because otherwise they will be overwhelmed to face SHANKS and his friends. The Navy, who had just fought with Shirohige, would definitely have a hard time confronting SHANKS. That way, Sengoku was wise in making the decision to hear SHANKS' request to stop the Marineford Big War. Not only that, SHANKS' movement was seen again when he met the Gorosei at Pangea Castle in Marigois. According to SHANKS, the purpose of meeting with Gorosei was to talk about certain pirates. Interestingly, Gorosei would have listened to SHANKS' words even though he was a pirate. From here, more and more mysteries about SHANKS are unknown for us. I wonder what the relationship is with the Gorosei, so SHANKS can talk with them. The important role of SHANKS in the story is also very mysterious. In the past, he sacrificed his left arm just to save Luffy from the sea monster at the border near Fusa village. After Whitebeard asked how powerful the enemy was and how SHANKS' arm could have been lost, SHANKS casually replied that it was his bet for a new era. From SHANKS' word, it was very clear that by saving Luffy at that time, he was betting on a new era. Most likely, SHANKS wanted Luffy to be the one who continued Roger's determination when Luffy was an adult. SHANKS' hope is now slowly beginning to materialize, because Luffy has now started to become a famous pirate, and will be even greater as time goes by. I also believe that SHANKS is someone who knows about the secrets of the world and what's in the legendary treasure of One Piece. It is true that SHANKS didn't go to Lautale with Roger, since he had to accompany Buggy who was sick. However, when Roger had returned from Lautale, there was a possibility he told SHANKS about that place. SHANKS was also very young at the time, so his curiosity must have been great, and would ask Roger a lot about the legendary treasure of One Piece. Of course, Roger wouldn't mind telling SHANKS about the legendary treasure and the secrets of the world, because Roger considers SHANKS very special. As proof, Roger wanted to give his straw hat to SHANKS in the past. With great strength that is still difficult to predict, interesting relationship with Gorosei, and knowing about the secrets of the world, It is not wrong to consider Shanks one of the mysterious characters who will later have a very important role in the story for the future. Now let's get into the discussion of the other most mysterious character, namely Monkey the Dragon. As we know, Dragon is the leader of the Revolutionary Army. The main objective of the Revolutionary Army was to overthrow Tenryubito, whose difficulty was so high. Dragon is considered as a criminal who is very dangerous, therefore the world government makes him the most sought after person. Even so, finding the whereabouts of Dragon was extraordinarily difficult, because Dragon's movement and location were highly classified. Until now, the power of Dragon has not been revealed. There are only various theories such as Eusupremacia Devil Fruit Storm, White Logia, or Zone Mythology Dragon, which is different type from Kaido's. Either the theory is correct, or Oda-sensei has indeed prepared another ability for Dragon, which is clearly the power of Dragon is very dangerous. What is clear is that this is unlikely that the most wanted person in the world doesn't possess tremendous power. The role of this mysterious character will also be very important in the future storyline. In fact, did not rule out the possibility after Luffy become the Pirate King later, he will form an alliance with Dragon on the advice of Robin. That way, the father and son alliance will jointly fight against the world government later. Finally, let's talk about a person that is also very mysterious who has now become a Yonko, martial teacher, or who is known to the world as Kurohige. For a long time, this character stole the public's attention with a variety of crazy and cunning actions. Kurohige once killed his sound friend when he was still a member of Shirohige Pirates. The reason is Kurohige wants to snatch Yami no Mi, the devil fruit, from Taj. After that, Kurohige escaped and formed his little pirate. Increasingly, Kurohige became more famous and even managed to become a Shichibukai after defeating Ace. While still serving as the Shichibukai, Kurohige betrayed and freed the strongest prisoner from level 6 of Impel-Down prison to make a mass crew. He also came to Marineford during the war just to wipe out Shirohige and seize the power of Guro no Mi Devil Fruit. Since then, Kurohige's power has become very dangerous because he already has 2 devil fruit powers within him. Kurohige is the only person who can do that. Others can't possibly, so Kurohige can be considered special and mysterious. These 2 powers of the devil fruit are so terrible, because one has the power of darkness and the other has the power of earthquake. Being able to use these 2 powers at will makes Kurohige even more dangerous. In the past, Buggy also said that he heard Kurohige had never slept at all in his life. At Marineford, Marco had also said which Kurohige's body structure was abnormal. These 2 words are enough to explain that Kurohige's body is very strange. There is something different in his body. Besides having great strength to become a Yonko and have a mysterious body, there are also other great mysteries from Kurohige. Its origins are very unclear, because what is known so far is that Kurohige is just an orphan who joins the Shirohige Pirates. However, the true parents of Kurohige are unknown. Many people suspect the father of Kurohige is Roxy Quebec. Kurohige also named his ship as Saber of Quebec, which was inspired by the name of Quebec. If it's true that Kurohige is Quebec's son, then he will be the one who continues Quebec's dream to try to dominate the world. Both Shanks, Dragon, and Kurohige, they are both very mysterious and have dangerous powers. If anyone asks who is the most dangerous, of course it's not easy to answer, but certainly everything is very dangerous depending on what perspective we see it. When it is viewed from the world government's perspective, of course the most dangerous person is Dragon, because Dragon wanted to overthrow Tenryubito, even though Tenryubito was considered as descendant of a god and was guarded very tightly. When the assessment comes from Natty's perspective, I'm sure that the most dangerous person is Shanks, because Shanks is one of Yonko since 6 years ago, which will be troublesome if he breaks. Whereas if we judge it from the point of view of the main character Luffy, Kurohige must be the most dangerous. Kurohige will be Luffy's rival in the fight for the title of Pirate King. Both of them will fight fiercely someday. That's our discussion about 3 mysterious characters with dangerous powers in One Piece. Based on your opinion, which one is the most dangerous?